Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I will talk about the first episode of Spy X Family. After the death of one of their diplomats in a car accident in Ostania, the heads of Westalis meet to discuss the situation. One of them suggests that they send their best agent, Twilight. Elsewhere, a man provides proof that the foreign minister wears a toupee and Twilight takes the pictures and leaves in a car. A moment later, the real person, Edgar, comes to take the pictures, causing the first man to realize he was played. That evening, Twilight is out on a date with Karen. As she sees a man proposing to a woman, she wonders if they will get married as well, but Twilight interrupts her stating they should break up. Twilight then leaves. He throws away his Robert disguise, stating he got rid of marriage aspirations, as well as his identity, the day he became a spy. The next day, Twilight receives a newspaper containing information about his next mission. His new mission involves the leader of the National Unity Party, Donovan Desmond. Twilight needs to get close to him. But to achieve that, he will need to get married and have a child. As Donovan only attends social gathering of school his son attends, Twilight will have to enroll his child there and infiltrate the gatherings. Twilight looks out for a family apartment. After inspecting it, he decides to take it and signs the documents as Lloyd Forger. Twilight then goes to an orphanage to adopt a kid. Twilight states he prefers a child that can read, and the man points out at ANYA, since she is the smartest there. ANYA takes a crossword and solves it within a minute. He gets excited she would pass the exam easily and decides to take her. In reality, ANYA is a telepath and can read minds. Heading home, Twilight tells her that she must say she was always his daughter and to call him father. Entering their apartment, ANYA turns on the TV and sees Spy Wars, her favorite show. Twilight says he will be going out, but ANYA decides to go with him. As ANYA gets overwhelmed by the crowd, a woman tells Twilight he must keep his daughter's arm. To achieve his mission, Twilight thinks that he must start to understand her and have a good relationship with her. Hearing that, ANYA states that she likes peanuts. She then states she likes crispy bacon, pointing out at a sign, but Twilight corrects her that is a bakery and they don't sell bacon. ANYA attempts to buy a Spy Wars poster with 10-pence coin, but the shop owner states it costs 1 dalk. Looking at her, Twilight starts to wonder if she is actually stupid and if the crossword was a fluke. ANYA then starts crying, asking him to not get rid of her. As she causes a scene, he offers to buy her peanuts and she calms down. Before heading home, he ends up buying some books about child raising. The next day, ANYA refuses to study, stating she will look at the other child's work. Annoyed, Twilight goes out and tells her to stay home. ANYA still attempts to follow him, but he keeps finding her. Lloyd barricades the front door and leaves to meet with Frankie Franklin. Frankie gives him an application, a ticket for the exam, and exam questions. Frankie then gives him all the information he could find about ANYA, where she was adopted and returned multiple times. Bored, ANYA recalls that Twilight locked his spy equipment and goes to play with it. Finding a transmitter, she sends a message that she is Twilight and mocks them to find her. Returning home, Twilight notices the front door barricade isn't like he left it. Entering inside, he gets ambushed but manages to beat all the men. Unable to find ANYA, he believes she is kidnapped. Suddenly, a man attacks Twilight from behind. The men bring ANYA to Edgar, stating that she was in the room from where the message was transmitted. Edgar wonders if she is Twilight's child, but decides to use her as a hostage to make Twilight steal the toupee off of the foreign minister. The rest of the men return, having captured Twilight. Edgar removes the bag from Twilight's head but sees it's his man, and the fake man is gone, along with ANYA. As Twilight runs with ANYA, she starts crying. Twilight recalls he hates kids crying because it reminds him of his own past. After getting out of the building, he gives her a note and tells ANYA to run to the police. Twilight doesn't think he is a failure as a spy but made the mistake to put a little girl in danger. As Edgar's men come and activate the traps, Twilight takes them one by one. He then points a gun at Edgar's head and asks him how is Karen, and threatens him to leave him alone. Walking out of the building, Twilight sees ANYA waiting for him. Recalling she was returned each time after adoptions, Twilight agrees and takes her home, but explains they have to change apartments as they found a snake in theirs. On the day of the exam, ANYA tries to read the mind of the other kids, but they all are panicking as neither of them knows the answers. After the exam, he and ANYA look at the board with the past students and Twilight sees ANYA on the list. At home, Twilight is passed out on the couch. The mailman comes and ANYA takes a letter from him. She tries to give it to Twilight, but as he doesn't react, she ends up lying next to him. Twilight wakes up, and Anya gives him the mail. After reading it, Twilight learns that the second phase of the admission process is a family interview, and both parents must be present.